Debate on sports, pros, teams, Jordan or LeBron. They made picks, but
they made trades. They got a team. They built a team around him for his play style.
They didn't get. But
they just had
I was like, you can't compare that in basketball. Let's move on to our next episode.
And one more thing.
Okay, no more Jordan. No more.
So he lives there.
Oh, nice.
So after high school, he went to Avila to play basketball. But in the summer, he'd go home.
Yeah.
So then when I got hired with United, he was like, hey, you should just come to Paris and you could stay with me for like a couple days. So he like showed me everything. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I still keep in contact with him. So.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you say you've been there twice?
Paris twice.
So the second time you went, you kind of like, it was just a piece of cake there.
I think the first time I went, I was going to stay like 7 days. And I was like, after like 5, I was like, I think I'm ready to go back. It was like culture shock.
7 days is long.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think it was like, I cut it. I'm like, I think I'm ready because I just can book it on my phone at any time. So
so anytime you wanted to leave, you just take off.
Basically.
So does that mean you have an actual ticket, an actual seat?
It's like a standby.
It is a standby. Oh, we'll have to tell you about a story on that.
Okay.
Standby did not work for us.
Our standby story.
Yeah.
Well, might as well just put it out there now. We went to Hawaii back in '96. We flew standby.
Because we had a cousin that was working for the airlines.
Right. Yeah, and we got there. Everything was cool. I mean, we had just had Mario. Mario was a baby. A couple months? I don't know. I can't remember. No, about 6 months. Anyway, so I left it with my mom, and everything was cool. We spent a good week there. All right, it's time to come home because, it was a little long. So we were on our way home, and then there's a line of people standby.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, this is no big deal, 4 days later.
Oh, my God.
We're still in the airport.
Jeez.
In Hawaii, Honolulu, Hawaii.
That's like one of the hardest places to leave.
Yes, and it was at the end of summer, so everybody was trying to get back for school and stuff like that. Oh, dummy us. We didn't even think.
That's like, we know, like Christmas, don't even try to, and if you're going to buy a ticket, go. Yes. But if you're not, spring break,
don't even.
So, I mean, we literally we slept on the floor or in the chair, wherever we could. We made friends. Everybody, it was. And eventually, everybody knew that we had a newborn that was waiting on us to come home. And finally, there was a flight that said, "Okay, well, we got 2 seats.
Really?
Who wants them?" And everybody's kind of like, "Oh, you know what? These guys are new parents, man. Their babies at home waiting on them." So we just paid an extra $100 a piece, I think it was, and. Yeah, I never wanted. Never wanted to get off the island of Hawaii so fast.
Really?
Yeah.
It happened to my parents, or it was my mother and my sister. They were in San Francisco. They went like on a girls trip with all the Talaveras, and they're in San Francisco, and they flew standby. They got there, no problem. But on the way back, it was like, I'm looking at the computer, and I'm like, well, the fastest way will probably, because they're like, we want to come home, like that morning. So it's like, go to Denver because we didn't do direct at that time. You're going to go to Denver, and then you're going to go Denver to Kansas City. And you'll be here like noon. Well, I guess out of San Francisco, there was like 1 seat. Oh. So my mom was like, told my sister, like, you go. Like, I know how this works. You go. And I was like, you just got to get on the first flight. The Denver to Kansas City is like wide open. Plenty of seats. My sister got here like instantly. Noon, she was here. I think my mom had went San Fran to like Houston, Texas. It's like she had went all 2 or 3 extra flights and got there later that night.
Oh, dang! Yeah. Well, she got to tour around the nation. For
right.
Yeah.
So that's the whole standby.
She can check those off. I've been here.
Right. Yeah.
Because like I've been to Vegas. Well, people ask me, "Have you ever been to Vegas?" And I was saying no, but then I was like, well, I was there for
in the airport
in an hour, a delay, or just waiting on my next flight, but. Everybody's that's not the same. That's not. You didn't see anything. You hear slot machines there in the airport.
Right there by the gates.
Yeah, so that's where we were at. So,
can we pull that mic closer again? I think we just got to tighten it more. It dropped right back down.
Yeah, that should be
good. Yeah, that'll
be all right. Yeah, but no. So is this like? I bet I'm sure you have a lot of stories of your job and where you work, but I'm sure everybody's always asking you, questions, right? No matter whether if it's us or you just
anybody,
the family.
How early should I be there? Can I?
So when people are making flights, traveling, they come
like
to you.
My family. Flight's at this time. How early should I be there?
Yeah.
As far as can I take this? Can I take that? And I'm like, I don't know all that, but yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dang. So you should be getting paid for that too.
You would think.
Consultation fees.
Yeah.
Bring me something back.
I know, right? So, yeah.
Well, when I retire and I want to do something else, I want to go and work at an airline so that we can travel.
There you go. Part time.
Yep.
Wow, that would be interesting. Yeah.
Like, we're going to go on standby to Hawaii again.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
But then we wouldn't have to work around the schedule. We can go anytime.
Yeah. And we have family in Hawaii, so it's kind of cool.
There you go.
Yeah, we won't have to stay in an airport if that's the case.
Yeah. That was an experience.
Yeah. But anyway. Let's go ahead and get on with the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Good job.
I did right.
You want to hit the applause real quick?
Huh?
No, never mind. I am your host. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
And you gotta fade it out.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, that wasn't a fade, was it?
that was a quick fade. I am your host, Big Mod. And
to your left.
And to my left, I have Sandy sitting in with us. Mark was unable to be here. And thank you, Sam, for sitting in. Usually you're across from me. Now you're on my left side.
I should get this.
All the applause you want. Yeah. All right. Nice fade.
I don't know how to do the fade.
We got Chris running the board, making faces over there. Jose, our EP, sitting in the chair. And today's guest, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Manny Talavera.
What's up?
Sam.
No applause.
Sorry.
There we go.
Okay. And then the fade.
Little slider.
There you go.
Oh, the slider.
Turn off the
Oh,
volume.
okay.
You want to try that again?
Okay, I'll try it again.
Nope, look. It's the one with the squares.
With the what?
The one with the squares. The slider with the squares.
They're all labeled at the bottom with what they are.
Yeah, Manny gets up. Yep. Okay, until you get that was still with
That sounded like the Grammys right there. Sure.
You got to stand. Right. Chris, you can sit down now. Chris was here. But Manny, welcome to the show. I I'll tell you, I appreciate you coming in, and there's pretty short notice, but I know you had to cancel all kinds of things just to come in.
Yeah.
He canceled on the Chiefs.
Why?
I'm just saying, he canceled on the Chiefs. We were so important that he said, "Nah."
Dropped everything
They
and
can
came
wait.
here.
Yeah, they can wait.
Yeah, but I mean, we enjoyed the first time you came in, and you had a good time. We were at the studio
Yes.
at that time. You remember that?
Yes.
The studio.
Yeah.
Which one?
We were at the String Line.
Okay.
With
First one. Okay.
With the NSPN. And welcome to our studio. What
This is nice in here.
Thank you.
You got all the setup.
It's what you call an eyeful.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Everybody who just looks around, and there's got to be something that everything in here is affiliated with me somehow, some way.
Yeah.
It's a good man cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
changes all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
But again, thank you for
So
coming in.
did you work this morning?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you got to get home soon because you got to get to bed.
I gotta go to sleep.
And get up
So right after this, right?
No.
Be at work at 4?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
But it's all good.
So you wake up at 4. What time you got to be in?
I wake up around 3.
No, he's got to be there at 4.
Yeah, I
You gotta
start
be
at
there at
4. Right.
But what do you think about the drive?
Yeah, what's your route?
There's no traffic.
Yeah,
in the
that's
morning.
true.
There's nothing.
That's true. That's
My
true.
main thing is deer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we see a bunch of deer.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So what's your route? Do you go 435 or you go
636.
You do the
yeah,
635.
Past New Argosy and up 29.
Okay.
Yeah. But the deer and the fog, that's the biggest thing in the morning at that time.
What about that one day we had that real thick fog? Right? That was crazy. It was like a white wall.
Basically.
Yeah.
But like I said, luckily there's no traffic or anything, so
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
So would you consider those good hours? Or you're not there
For
yet?
driving.
That's not bad.
Okay.
It's either that or like at my job, like midday, like 10 to 7.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah, you want to get your...
I'd rather get in and get out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're less irate, I guess, first thing in the morning, or maybe
It's
not?
really busy in the morning. That's
Oh,
like,
is it? Okay.
First thing in the morning, like planes are going out like crazy. So.
Oh, okay.
But it makes the time go by faster. I'll say that.
That's
so.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Do you eat breakfast in the morning? That early?
Usually once I get there, like 6.
Okay, so a snack or you get a nice full meal?
Usually around like 9 in the morning. eating something heavy.
Well, now with all the restaurants and kind of, I mean,
they got some good stuff in there, but it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
No perks on that then.
No, not really.
You mean they don't? You don't have like a lunch card that they could just punch?
No.
You want to hit some barbecue? You want to hit a burger? You want to get some pretzels? Mm-hmm. Dang.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, they should do that for. There isn't a cafeteria there, though. Is there?
They have like a little food court area.
Yeah, they got the food, but I don't know. I don't recall seeing a like a cafeteria. It's more like
little convenience stores almost at the ends of a couple of the lakes.
And I think they have that little convenience store right in the corner where I don't think anybody's working there, but you go
Southwest,
in and then
going
right. How's that work? That you just
like you have to scan your card for the little gate to open, and somehow it knows which I don't.
Right.
I haven't went in there because I don't want to scan my card on that thing.
Yeah.
Isn't technology crazy?
Yeah. So I mean, so literally you go in there, you grab a hoodie, and then you just walk out.
Basically.
But it automatically pays for you.
Yeah.
Right. Is that the
charges it to your credit card?
RFID. Yeah.
Is that what they call it? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
What'd you call it?
RFID.
Because I know closer to the gates, it was like that, right? Where you didn't have to pay. You walk in and then you.
Yes.
Somehow it reads your.
I do recall the one
pocket.
that's close to the Southwest gate.
Have you tried the barbecue spots there?
That's probably the best. They have one. It's called. They have like whoever wins the American Royal, I guess, goes in there.
Oh.
No, is that the one?
So that one kind of rotates.
Okay.
The one before they just switched out recently.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the one before had like a really good burrito, and this one doesn't have the burrito.
So it's
like a breakfast barbecue burrito.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Probably not the best thing to eat at like 7 a.m, but it was really good. It was like your choice of meat, and then like egg. It was loaded.
So they put eggs in the barbecue.
Yeah, and then this new, I think it was like a new cook or the new people who won the American Royal came in.
Yeah.
And I remember I went in there one day because when my coworker was like, let's go get the burrito. And the guy was like, we don't have that here anymore. So we just stopped going there.
So we had a guest in here, name's Cade. He smoked barbecue. He has a stand there at Arrowhead and at Kaufman. So he's working. He works all the games. He even worked at the KU games, and he came in and he talked about his little business. But I mean, he's killing it there at Arrowhead. And then as soon as baseball season starts, he'll be right across.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. I've yet to try it. We're supposed to get together and have a meal. He's supposed to bring some. Kate, hopefully you bring some stuff here soon. Because you were talking about the barbecue. Because he was telling me about a barbecue spot. And there's a spot. He's got a friend that has a little cafe, and he takes his barbecue stuff there, and then they do breakfast burritos.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's off of 87th. I don't know if you guys recall that. Yeah, but something I want to try, but a barbecue breakfast burrito. Dang, I'd have to go with a burn-in one though.
Yeah, it was. Right? I think I had like pulled pork.
Yeah,
it was.
That's the bomb.
Yeah,
you put hot sauce on it.
They give you. You can get your own whatever sweet and sour, whatever you want.
Dang. Now I'm hungry. Now we need some barbecue. We need some barbecue today. Let's go get it. All right. So let's get into this. What we wanted to talk about here is we're gonna kind of like a debate on sports, pros, teams, whatever. So I've come up with some stuff that I want to get your take on it too as well, right? So like, this one here was what do you? Okay, you guys might be young for this, especially Chris over there. So my first one is was the 1992 Dream Team the best Olympic team ever assembled? What do you guys think about that?
Well, was that the first?
The
first
pro. There was
pro team to play in the Olympics, right?
Correct. We were able to take our
which was Jordan and Magic and
Bird Ewing.
Yeah.
So
Drexler, Barkley.
What's your opinion on it?
Of course, me, the old head, I'm going to say yes, it was, especially because my man Patrick Ewing was on the team.
So I'm going to strongly disagree.
Okay.
And for the joke meme that everyone keeps saying,
yeah,
they were playing
plumbers
and electricians.
Yeah, and
especially in the 90s, international basketball wasn't even up to par. Like people coming in from other countries wasn't really a thing quite yet, and there wasn't a roster of anybody else that was as competitive or as I would even just say skilled as the people they're playing against now.
Yeah, because the people were wanting to do autographs, and they were more in awe.
Yeah, right.
Of playing against
which was awesome because I would have done the same. Okay, but like you said, playing against plumbers, and so when the United States would send our college kids to play against these plumbers, we couldn't beat plumbers and DJs and whoever. So we had to up our game and send pros.
Right, you see that like that documentary they made. They showed.
Yeah,
I think it was like Tim Duncan was like in college and they lost. And
we couldn't win. Why? Because we're playing against plumbers.
But okay, so.
But the question was.
Okay, but which
the question
team
was?
Okay.
Was what? What did you say?
Was the '92 Dream Team the best Olympic team ever assembled?
Okay, so
Let's
assembled.
go
So
back.
what would be your team
the
that
teams
would be
here lately?
I feel like it was like maybe 08 with LeBron, Kobe, D Wade, and people like that. Like that was a stack. I think it was 08.
They say 08 or the one recently with Curry and LeBron and Durant. That was like the last hoorah for them guys to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way they won it, like they played, they played France in Paris.
Correct.
And they came back and won, and it was like that was like the last.
Yeah.
I didn't like the big guys on this most recent team as much as I liked the 08 ones.
Right.
They weren't as tough in the paint, but
I think that's just the way basketball is trending now. There's not a post. If you put there's no post play. It's all run and shoot threes.
I mean, Joel Embiid was on that team, right?
He was, yeah, that's true.
And he thinks he's a shooting guard sometimes, and
bro, that's the problem with Anthony Davis.
Same thing, yeah. Anthony, yeah. And what's
his fucking position?
What's the kid out of San Antonio?
Wembanyama.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's another one that likes to shoot three.
Right.
He plays in the paint though, but he can pull up from three, and he's just as scary.
Yeah. Chris, can you look up something for me real quick?
All right.
Can you tell me how many three-pointers did Patrick Ewing hit in his career? Because I don't recall him hitting very many.
Google 3-pointers made in career.
Okay, so would you say the 08 team could play against your...
Oh, yeah, 100%. The 08 team, I think, can play the Dream Team and win.
And win? You think so?
If I'm going to go, it's also because of the size. Like, the size of NBA players is bigger.
And speed.
His stats say it was 15.2%.
At the
Does it have the amount made?
It does not. I'd have to go searching more, but that's just the immediate thing.
That makes sense.
I mean, big guy, that's not too bad actually.
Yeah, I think if I ever saw him shot a three, it's because like at the buzzer or something, or ball's flying out of bounds and he's got to throw it up. But
so the question is, who is the better?
Which team was
the best? So then
assembled?
Your 08 team and the most current team, who would win?
I still think 08.
You still think 08?
I think they were pretty similar. 08 had Kobe. Mm-hmm. But like this team, and like they had like a
that 08 team that was Kobe,
LeBron, Wade, like Carmelo Anthony, really young Kevin Durant, really young Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the bigs back then were even that good though on the 08 team. Who they have? Dwight Howard, Amari Stoudemire.
So what I was going to say is all the people that we loved in the most recent one, but in their prime.
But not Curry. Curry was still like in college.
Yeah, not Curry though, but LeBron, KD in their prime, like people in the with the shits.
Yeah, I mean, did you think
they're good now? Still, they're still great, but
yeah. Did you think Steph Curry was going to be as big as?
I don't think anybody did. Right. I don't think anybody knew how good that guy was going to be.
Because I remember them when they played KU. I think remember he played for Davidson, right? And I think KU beat him.
Right.
And everybody was kind of sad because that was his last. That might have been his last game.
I think it was.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He got drafted high.
And they were like the Cinderella team. They were like a 10 seed, and KU was 1.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it was a close game.
Yeah.
I got some stats for you.
All right.
Here we go.
Attempted 125 3-pointers in his career.
Who's this?
Patrick Ewing. Do you know how many he made?
How many?
Was it 19?
19.
Wait,
he's a big man, though. Like,
right, exactly.
Yeah, you don't expect him to shoot threes.
No, but so Wembanyama being able to shoot a three, it's dangerous. Yeah. He's still so big. His arm length is just reaching around.
And his shot is like straight, just especially from out there.
They've got some clips though of him being in someone's face and like a KD still just flicking it right over and making it.
Yeah, there was
man,
a picture of the
skill.
Olympics like that.
Yeah.
He was like stretched out fully, and Curry was like letting it go right in his face.
Still.
So
Yeah.
what is more exciting, that 3-pointer nowadays, or
No,
still a slam dunk?
Steph Curry and the Warriors ruined basketball.
Yeah.
100%.
Because of their 3-point shots, or
I think their ability
They
to make
changed it, not
no,
ruined
they
it.
ruined it. Hear me
the
out.
Smash Brothers, or what are they called?
They were great.
Splash Brothers.
They're great, but what they did was they impacted basketball at every level, from college, high school, down to like the little kids, where they're attempting to pull up threes that they should not. They're not playing fundamental basketball anymore.
Yeah.
The 3-pointer is the glory shot that everybody wants to make, and it's turned into the NBA now where
Everybody's shooting
nobody
threes.
wants to watch it because it's just threes back and forth, and there's no contact in there. So yeah, he's great. He's the best shooter of all time, but man, they ruined basketball for at least 20 years.
I think.
Maybe
At
they should.
least.
You think they should make a 4-pointer
No, I don't think that'll change anything.
further than another 8 feet? Because that's what Steph
You still
Curry's
have
shooting.
them pulling
He's
up
shooting
from
the
like,
logo.
the logo, or some of
You'll
the like,
lose some
deep
space on the
pockets where
sides.
the big three. You know how they got there.
Yeah, they
you
have
have
those
people shooting
spots.
from there. Like
Yeah.
Dame Lillard will pull up from there every now and then.
Yeah, I've always thought that they should make a dunk like a 3-point. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be that everybody would be trying to dunk, especially like you're down by 3, or or you want
Yeah,
you're down 2, you want to go for the game winner.
You'd
and try
almost
know
have
about
to
a dunk.
change
to
things.
slam it in somebody's face. Oh yeah.
I think they should throw back, or they should take away the defensive 3 seconds. Make it like college.
They don't have a 3-second rule?
No, I'm saying let them stay down there.
In college, they do not.
They do
NBA,
not?
they do.
Yeah, in college you can just hang out. You could
Really?
be
I didn't know
planted
that
in
they
there.
changed that.
I think they should get rid of something like that.
Yeah. Speaking of getting rid of something, you see the high school, they've in
Shot clock.
Yeah, they put the
Yep.
shot clock in.
Hey,
So
that'll help.
we went to Shawnee Mission North's game, and it's faster. It's a faster game now. You don't sit there and
They used to get
lollygag
shit
with the
on, and
ball.
then they're just
Right,
hanging out there
you know?
for 2 minutes. Just
And
letting
now,
the clock
so
run.
it to me it just seemed a little faster. I mean, even their fast breaks are just everything. It was just a quick game, nowadays, which is good. I think the shot clock. They need to put the shot clock in recreational ball too.
Okay, do either of our takes affect your take? You
No.
still locked in on
I
that?
can see
The
I
92
can
team-
see his point too, though, because the 92 had like 11 Hall of Famers, and I don't think another team period has had. I don't even know if the 08 team will have 11 Hall of Famers when it's all said and done.
a good
Nor
point.
the 2024 team will.
Yeah.
I mean,
good
granted,
point.
they were playing who they were, but even in the NBA, like
Yeah.
they had 11 Hall of Famers. That's kind of hard to argue with.
So here's where I'm stuck, though. Yeah, the college players weren't getting it done, but you'd have to figure out some way to balance out, like, could those people do it, though? Like, could you send Michael Jordan at North Carolina, and could he win a gold medal? That's a question we're never going to have an answer for, but I don't know that those people made that happen without everything around them. Yeah. And then the other would be, I mean, yes, we had to send our professionals. You said that. But after that, I mean, we've had years that we send professionals and they shit the bed. They're getting bronze or less. And it's like, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars and they can't.
Well, that's how the 08 assembled, because they lost
because
in
they were
04.
losing so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the premise of it,
But
I don't know.
I think Jordan, Ewing, I think they won a gold medal as college kids. If I'm not mistaken, maybe one of those teams. Yeah, you might want to check that. I maybe. Anyway, all right, let's go to move to the next one. Let's go with Jordan or LeBron. Let's get that one out of the way.
I'm
since
LeBron all the way.
Are you? Are you really?
Me and my dad go back and forth all the
Yeah.
time.
Jose and I, we do the same thing.
And
I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah. Of
I,
course, yeah.
I understand 6 for 6. That's hard. And you don't ever hear that. It's like, well, Jordan's got 6. LeBron only has 4.
Yeah.
But then if that's the case, what's his name? Has 11. Will Chamberlain? Who has 11? Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell has 11. So why isn't he the best? He won 11 championships.
Yeah.
But I could see Jordan never lost, but then it's like...
Well, let me ask this. This is where I was trying to think this out and come up with a baseline. You can't get over it. So let me ask you, out of Jordan's... Hold on, I got how many years he played? Out of all of Jordan's years, why didn't he win more than 6?
He went to baseball, too, for a little bit.
For a year. But
Was it?
hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Because
5,
he
6, 7,
didn't
8,
have
9, 10, 11,
And he
12,
did, what,
13,
3 years in college?
15,
So he got a later
16. So he
start.
played for 16 years.
Yeah.
But don't make excuses.
he
I'm asking
didn't- no, he didn't-
why didn't he win more championships?
He didn't have the team. Well, anything I say is going to be an excuse. So how can I defend myself?
Well, what I'm going to tell you is he would have had to make it to the finals to even have a chance to win those, and he was not doing that in those off years.
Because he didn't have the help. He was doing it by himself.
Okay, so
Now LeBron needed the help. They started to form the teams, right? He had to get Dwayne Wade, and he had to get who was the other Bosh to win championships.
sure.
Then I think when he went to Cleveland, I think that probably was the only time when they won that championship where he pretty much did it all himself.
Even then, he had Kyrie Irving.
Did they? Kyrie Irving?
He went back,
But he's
when
been
they
to the
beat Golden
finals
State.
10 times.
How many did he
LeBron?
lose?
LeBron.
How many did he lose?
But again, that doesn't
See,
matter.
now you want to talk? You
But
don't want to talk about?
You're not
lost
addressing what
6.
I'm saying though.
I'm
If
trying, but you're saying
would have
it's an
gotten there,
excuse.
if Jordan would have gotten there 4 more times, sure, maybe he could have won 4 more championships.
Right.
But he wasn't up to it. He couldn't get his teams there. I don't think you can shit on him for losing those finals when he's still getting his team to be 1 or 2 of the league.
If you ask LeBron who was the best, what would he say?
Himself.
He's going to say himself in private, but when he's on a microphone for ESPN, he's going to say Jordan.
I think even in interviews now, he says, like,
He says,
I got the most points. And I remember I seen one where after he won for Cleveland, he was like, that, and then I won the bubble championship, like being away from my family.
Is that
He's
bubble?
like,
Was that the 2020?
yeah, during the COVID, he was like,
Yeah,
the
see,
bubble was probably the hardest thing. I mean, of course he's gonna say that, but it's like he was like, being away from my family for so long, and like we're literally just playing basketball and going back to our room, like very minimal interaction.
That must really suck to do.
But
and get paid millions. But
so think about
Right?
it. When you're
No.
a professional athlete, you've got a trainer. You've got probably a gym, a court that you go to.
Yeah.
You've got your food, your meals that you're eating regularly. All that got thrown out the window to go to Disney to sit and play in an indoor tournament because of COVID.
Right.
It's not an easy championship to win when you have to change your entire life for a month to make it happen.
it was definitely different.
Very different.
I don't know. He says that LeBron would be like, that was the hardest. And people who've been there and like lost was like, oh, it
So, what was-
mental, a lot of mental, like you're being away from your family, not seeing your kids, not doing this, not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't, there's nobody in the arena. There's no road games. Like, didn't create no crazy environment. There's nothing. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if I could
Right,
say
yeah.
that would be the hardest.
Let me throw this out there too. We talked about Jordan going to college for 3 years, but our last guest, he had a very key point to what we're talking about today, where he was talking through when he went to college and how he had to, like, his body developed to be able to play professionally.
Yeah.
LeBron went in at 18 years old and was able to put up almost the same numbers as what he was putting his whole career. He was
Right.
playing 79 games for 39 and a half minutes and putting up 21 a game as an 18-year-old playing at a professional level. Again,
Right. As an 18-year-old, he was 6'9", right?
sure.
Jordan was
something like
6'6". So it's a.
that. So going to college made him get taller? No. What I'm saying is he had to play at a higher level earlier in his life, and he maintained these excellent stats that had him in the conversations leading to his
Right.
first finals in his 4th year with Cleveland, who you say they couldn't build a team around.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause-
I mean,
they went to
they
the
had Kyrie
finals.
Irving.
No, in 06.
oh yeah. His first couple of years he was there. Like I think the first year he went to the finals
Yeah.
was like 07. They
That was
played
like
the Spurs.
Verjao as
They,
his
yeah,
big
they
man.
played the Spurs, and that was like prime Tim Duncan, prime
Oh,
Tony
yeah.
Parker, Ginobili, and he got swept.
Yeah.
And that first one's like he really had no business even being there. They beat like I think they beat Detroit Pistons, and that was like Billups and Ben Wallace and like all them guys. They beat them, and everyone's like, oh, like they were all happy. And then like, oh wait, we got to play the Spurs next. It got ugly quick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that first one.
So what was here recently? LeBron passed. Did he pass Jordan in points?
Most 30-point games, I think it was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So then AD, right?
Yeah.
What was it that AD said?
he was like, it took him 6 more years to pass Jordan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Because the question was, all right, since AD, you were a big Chicago fan, big Jordan fan.
Oh, that's right.
How do you feel about it? And he was like, well, it did take LeBron
All right, hold on.
6 extra years to do.
So we're gonna get there then.
All right.
There's a very big thing that came out. What was it, maybe 6 months ago, about them padding the home stats for Jordan. We talked about it briefly on the podcast here. Did you get to see that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So the year that Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year, it was actually the first year that they made the award, and it's the only year that somebody's won the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year, both in the same year. They had a couple people. They got original game footage from the 82-83 season. It was a game. Oh, I don't even see who it's against. But they watched it, and they were padding his stats for off-the-ball turnovers. They would just mark them as Jordan steals.
Nah.
He was in there.
This sounds like some conspiracy.
Yeah, that's
It was a
conspiracy
Bulls
shit
Nets
right there.
game from 1988, and you can see it in action. They had him marked as 10 steals during the game, and 3 of those were off-the-ball turnovers that came from traveling, offensive fouls, and out of bounds. But they marked it as Jordan steals.
I still think they were Jordan steals. Someone's got too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
But at this point, we can't go back and watch.
Did you ever get a chance to see Jordan, or were you too young?
Yeah, too young.
No. Did you ever get to see Jordan? No. Okay.
So what I'm saying
All right,
is,
then let's get back to it.
the legend of Jordan is so old that it's
Then you're saying
tough.
we're old.
But what I'm saying is, like, there's not every game recorded like there is today. There's not a vault that has all the film
It's
from
up here.
these things. You think it's up there
in our
until
memories.
you find out that
It's in our memories.
30% of those steals were gone.
Wow.
But it was only when
Right.
he was playing at home. It was the home stat people. It doesn't invalidate his Defensive Player of the Year, but it throws some question marks on it.
Okay, so how long do you and your dad go back and forth with this conversation?
Till my mother yells to stop. Because
that's what this is all the time.
I feel like the argument, you can say the number of championships, but I'll say for Jordan, 6 for 6. Like, that's impressive. To go every time and not lose, and never go Game 7 in the championship. That's impressive.
But hold on.
But I also say,
hold on.
here we go. I'm gonna say this though, for LeBron, like for him to be as old as he is, take care of his body, still play at the level he's playing at. Like, I say like, well, what were people say? Well, Jordan couldn't play when he was 36, and it's like, well, LeBron's 40 and he's still doing what he's still like one of the top players.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm looking up right now. We're still harping on LeBron losing in the finals, but Bill Russell lost in the finals. I'm pulling up Magic right now too. Like, why is that one person that we're harping
Debating.
on?
Because we're not debating whether they were better than Jordan.
So that's why we're harping on that.
Like,
That's
Magic
why.
Johnson lost 4 finals. He was
Okay,
in there
but-
9 times and won 5 rings.
Okay, but nobody
think
is,
Jordan
nobody
was
is
better.
comparing Jordan to
Magic.
I understand, but what I'm saying is it's not an abnormal thing.
Right. I mean, I'm sure there's others. Just like Bill Russell. I'm sure he lost. He
lost
won
one.
11. Okay. I guess
He went to 12. He went to 12.
All right, we got Willie Bill Russell alone.
He went to 12.
Like I think the 6 for 6 is pretty. As a LeBron guy, even I say that's pretty impressive.
It's
Yeah.
impressive, but I'm
But
going
going
to keep
to
asking,
the
why
8
didn't he
straight
win
he
more?
went to, the 8 straight championships he went to, that's impressive too. He went 8 straight years.
Right.
And,
Hey, he tried baseball.
hey, Pippen took him to the playoffs without Jordan.
Yeah, they did.
Right,
Yeah.
But we're going to say Jordan was the...
And then you think, like,
I don't know, man.
Golden State Warriors got Kevin Durant after LeBron and Kyrie Irving beat him. It's like, what if they never got Kevin Durant?
Yeah. See, and the thing though,
they were
Pippen and Jordan started together. They played together, and they helped each other. LeBron had to go get this guy and go to another team and get this guy and this guy. Then Steph Curry was like, oh shit, well then we're going to build a team. Well, let's go get this guy. So teams started to build. Jordan didn't need to do that. Do you look at his centers that he had? Man, Bill Cartwright and Luke Longley and Mark Randall. Remember Mark Randall? He played for KU. You don't remember?
No.
Yeah, he played for KU. I think he might have played with Danny Manning. So that team didn't have to go get these guys. But yet, Scottie Pippen was a big part of the help.
But
And so the one guy they did go get was Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, because he was with Detroit, right?
Yeah.
And Detroit beat him.
But Jordan played for 6 years before they went to the first finals. What the fuck are you talking about? 6 years.
Okay.
But no, he didn't have to go get people?
What
are you talking about?
He didn't have to go get anybody. He played
So
it
you're
out.
saying it's the same team from 84 that made it in 91?
Well, no, he didn't have to go get the big names. He didn't have to go get somebody to help him win. They drafted. They made picks, but
they made trades. They got a team. They built a team around him for his play style.
But they didn't get the guys.
6 years.
But
if you take Jordan and take the guys he had around him, and you take LeBron and take the guys he had around him, who had the better teams?
Oh yeah, LeBron, clearly.
LeBron, clearly.
But the reason LeBron had left Cleveland the first time, we'll go further. Paul Pierce, they went and got Kevin Garnett
built the first
and
team.
Ray Allen.
Yeah.
So LeBron lost to them dudes like 2 or 3 years straight. He couldn't get past Boston.
Right.
And he's like,
And
I
that
had to
team
go.
was tough.
and
Boston's team was tough.
Boston knocked out LeBron and knocked out Wade, and they're kind of like, you know what? We're done losing to these guys. We're gonna team up and beat them. And,
Right.
Yeah.
See?
So.
And okay. Speaking of that, let's pivot here
Go for it.
and let's go. Who do we think the best quarterback of all time is now?
It's got to be Brady.
I still say Brady,
Yeah.
but once that 3-peat happens, I think that's it.
Okay, because definitely we're gonna get into the 3-peat. We'll talk 3-peat. But
Because I'm too young to remember people say, Montana, all the greats. I never seen.
See,
any
it's
of them guys.
generational.
Yeah.
What
Right.
your take
I never seen
is.
none of them guys.
Yeah.
I seen Brady, obviously. I
Yeah.
used to really like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was. And then as I got older, I realized they used to call him like regular season MVP. He was the regular season GOAT. Anytime they're in regular season, he was like unstoppable. Then like first round of the playoffs, he'd always lose.
Wait, you talking about Dak or you talking about
Peyton.
Elway? Did you guys
I'm sorry?
see Elway?
John
play?
Elway?
No. Okay.
Yeah, see those quarterbacks.
Wait, so who's the second?
So it would
in the
be
running for
Brady. You look at Patrick Mahomes, and then Joe Montana.
Didn't Patrick Mahomes pick up Juju Smith-Schuster? And damn, didn't they just pick up what's his name from the Texans? DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
He was with Tennessee, but yeah.
That doesn't hurt his legacy at all. Picking up superstars.
No,
to
because
make a team.
No, because Patrick Mahomes, honestly could make any receiver look good.
Okay,
I've
but he
said that
picked
from
up
the
superstars to help his team.
But them
win
dudes
the
Never won anything.
I
so
wouldn't
when
say
it
them
comes
dudes
to
are superstars. When's the last time you heard of Hopkins?
Yeah.
He was with Tennessee. You didn't even know that.
Yeah,
guys,
none of those
but
guys. I mean,
they're wide receiver one on those teams.
yeah, but they're old.
No,
They're all
Tennessee
heads
had
now.
A.J. Brown before he went to Philly.
Wide receiver two.
And who was
He
there?
picked up big names to help him get to the championship.
But you know what? And now, this
But
is
for
where
LeBron,
No.
but for LeBron, that's a problem.
I would
But
disagree.
Those are
for
the big
Mahomes,
names
that's
that were
not.
available. All the big names were already taken on their teams. So it's whoever was available, and that happened to be.
But they were
biggest-
going
What
with,
do you mean?
without him,
Oh
though. They
my
were
gosh.
going with just
Yes,
even
they
without
were.
Tyreek. They
Yes,
just had
they
I was
were.
like, you can't compare that in basketball at all. There's no comparison.
Yeah.
You're just putting names together, not
What
stats.
I'm saying is
Juju Smith-Schuster.
they signed, let's say, call them wide receiver twos. They signed people to help because they needed the receiver help. They had big tight ends, but they didn't have consistent people, especially when Tyreek left. But we're not going to say that that's picking up.
But they
big-
still won it without Tyreek.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
I'm
Tyreek
gonna
and
give you that.
Juju Smith-Schuster, only he did was make TikToks. I wouldn't say he was.
Oh my God.
He was wide receiver
The
too.
only time
He was
pops
doing the
out
dance
is
on the
only time
logo.
he pops
Yeah.
out is like one play a game in the playoffs.
Right.
But
Right.
he's still there. Hopkins has been gigantic this year.
Okay, so let's go to the stat of...
Okay, 28-yard pass, 30 points a game. No, it's totally different, Jose.
Okay, so what about
I think you don't want it to be the same.
How many years before he won his first championship?
It's not an argument.
Who? Mahomes?
Mahomes.
I don't know, what, 3?
Like 3.
3 years before he won his first championship?
Yeah.
How long did it take Brady to win his first?
Not that long. Not that long.
No?
No, I don't
Was
think
it before 3? Was it less than 3? Was it more than 3?
Well, I seen a thing they were saying Brady didn't win because if Mahomes wins, it'll be his 4th.
Uh-huh.
I think they said Brady didn't win his 4th until he was 40. Then he went like on a splurge and just went like crazy.
Okay.
So they said if Mahomes, he's only 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're looking at greatness and you were talking about, well, LeBron stepped in there right away when he was 18 and so Mahomes is kind of there.
Anyway, as far as Joe Montana, he was another good quarterback to watch back in the day, but I hated him.
Well,
He beat the Cowboys. He beat the Cowboys.
So how many championships did he have with
4, 5, something
49ers,
like
right?
that? Yeah, 5.
He has 5 with them?
I think it was, yeah. Or maybe 4. No, he had one with the thumb, so I don't know. They won 5, 6 because Steve Young won one as well. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. But I don't care about them anyway. So we could drop the 49ers. But I don't see what's up.
His first year of playing more than one game was 01, and he won 02, 04, and 05.
Who's
Patrick Mahomes?
No, Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady.
So I don't know, guys. I don't think that's hurting him.
No.
So just the first year, and then the second year he was...
Yeah, he played one game in 2000, and then 2001 was his first full year.
I think he just went that really long gap after he won those first
05,
3.
and then not until 2015.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he went like on a splurge and won all those back to...
2015, 2017, 2019, and 2021.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. Okay, you know, and let's... Okay, since we're on this, let's pivot again here. Do you think that the Kansas City Chiefs are the most hated team in the NFL?
Clearly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yes.
Why?
They're like the new Patriots.
Okay.
You're good, you win. People don't
Yeah.
want to see the same guys win. Like the
Right.
Yankees, they're the Yankees.
Yes.
No one likes the Yankees. They
Right.
win all the
And
time.
that's true, yeah.
I think
Nobody
they
liked
are-
Dallas because they were winning back in the
Yeah.
day, and so nobody liked them.
Right.
I think
And
the
it's-
problem-
Now
People
everybody
still
just
don't
feels sorry for them.
I know. People still don't like Dallas, or they just feel sorry for them.
Well, when you want to call yourself the America's team,
You
then
still are.
yeah.
That's number 7 on my list.
I think
Should they keep the name?
when you're winning, though, you're also getting the TV contracts. Like, you're putting yourself out there to be the most viewed and most speculated on your worthiness.
And the trolls come out, right? I mean,
100%. But that's the same with the Patriots because they were winning so much. Like, they're going to get those Sunday night games. They're going to get the prime time.
Yeah,
spots.
and
and same with the
NFL.
Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
Before
Well, maybe
that,
not
you know?
now, but before.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But before that,
Just as long as we keep Thanksgiving,
opening
I'm good.
themselves up to the scrutiny. I don't know that. It's
And then
like I
now,
feel
like-
sorry for them because they're the most hated.
Yeah.
They're also getting the TV money for all that.
Taylor Swift. Like everybody's like trolls. Like
Hey, and then now you got Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Everybody's gonna start hating her because they look like they had a good time in the box.
Right,
Both
yeah.
of them together. You know. But
I know, but I did not like Brady, and part of it was because of
He was so
his-
good.
He was,
I didn't like him either.
Yeah.
and you know, and what was the difference is Brady to me wasn't fun to watch. Mahomes is.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know what the hell he's going to do next.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
And because we live
Brady
in
was
Kansas
just
City.
stayed in the pocket and just hit everybody that he needed to do and get his job done.
I mean, but they had some good games. Like, they had some close, controversial calls.
Yeah.
They had the big comeback against the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Like,
Against Dan Quinn.
they had some good games. Like,
Yeah.
you might have just been a hater.
No. I didn't hate the Patriots. I didn't. Because I didn't have to work. For one, I'm a Cowboys fan. The NFC is the side that I watch.
Yeah.
The side that I pay. I mean, if Brady's winning, anybody in the AFC can win. I didn't give a shit just as long as. And it just happened to be Brady there.
It was the Niners. You hated the Niners.
Yeah, but fuck the Niners.
And this year it's
Redskins.
Eagles and Commanders.
Oh, she said Redskins.
Sorry, Commanders.
Okay. Yeah, I know the two NFC teams that I most dislike are playing in the championship game.
And Dallas.
And so, and I heard Shay, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp. I heard him today. It was a clip. Him and Ocho Cinco. What's Ocho Cinco's name? No.
Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson.
Oh,
yeah.
Chad.
They have their own little podcast.
Yeah,
and then, so Shannon Sharp came out and said, "Yo, Ocho, you realize that everybody in the NFC, right? You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead, man.
Everyone's been in the NFC Conference Championship more recently than the Cowboys.
So the last time was
They're
95.
the longest drought. They're the longest drought
I was like, dang.
in the NFC.
Right? You had to bring that up.
So
So
what-
you did hear that clip too?
I
then?
seen that. Yeah.
New coach yet? Nothing?
No.
Nothing?
Like Manny and I were talking earlier. He asked me about coaching situation. I said, Jerry Jones is going to wait till either after the NFC Championship game or right before the Super Bowl, right before kickoff. Everybody's going to be on their phone saying, oh, dang, Deion just went to Dallas.
Or right after the Super Bowl.
Or,
Right
after, yeah. I think he's going to wait sometime around there just to break the news.
To surprise it.
just-
I don't know that
if it's
Shador's.
the answer to the quarterback
I don't know
position.
that Shador's that good.
Yeah.
That's what I asked.
He is good. He was good for Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that.
Okay, but you know what? A lot of people are saying the same thing about Daniels, quarterback, right?
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Who did he play for?
No, he played
LSU.
for LSU. He was big at LSU.
But was he this outstanding quarterback? And was he winning?
Was he the second pick in the draft?
It
didn't seem like it.
Right.
No.
And it's the same thing with Mahomes. I never heard of Mahomes until he became a Chief. And not that I should be paying attention to college football anyway, but I mean, you look at his stats and you're like, damn, was he this good in college? You're like, no, he was just an average. A lot of his read.
Right.
Would you say right?
Yeah.
The coach. A lot of it is the coach.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm going to say is I think you hear Shador's name without hearing his stats.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. Is
Right.
If I want to hear,
because you know who he is,
hear
and
about
you know
somebody incoming, I want the money and the draft pick to go towards effort and prospect, not a name.
Right.
They get him. They're going to be on Sunday night. They're going to start getting more primetime games because
Prime
him
time.
and his dad. If they get
I don't
the
even
dad,
know that Deion's that good of a coach.
that's the mystery of it. You don't know.
I mean, for what
Wouldn't that
he
be
did,
interesting to
for
find out,
what he did
Exactly.
at FSU or Jackson State.
Jackson State.
What he did there, he turned that program around. Then he goes to Colorado. He turned that program around. So can he do that in the NFL?
It would be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Boy, he would have so many followers because I think everybody would be intrigued and watching to see if he could do that.
Plus,
Jerry,
I feel like
let's go get Deion. Shit.
I think the Cowboys got talent. I don't think they need a high-level quarterback to be that good. I think he'd be. They got
need to
CeeDee Lamb.
Get rid of Dak, but
because he makes a lot of mistakes. I feel like if they just give somebody just to fit right in their scheme.
I think he just cost
But
too
a new
much money
coach.
now. If he,
Yeah.
if
A new
he
coach.
still
New
cost
coach.
less, then I would have been fine.
Yeah,
Right.
the money he got was
Yeah,
kind of
and
ridiculous.
you said the Cowboys have talent. They had a really good team last year, right? Okay, they went 12-5. They had a good, solid team. 5 of their free agents are in the playoffs in Washington.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Dan Quinn, the coach, he was our defensive coordinator. He goes over there, turns that team around, and brought everybody that Jerry did not want to sign. All right, then I'm bringing all you guys with me. We'll take care of you. We'll sign you.
Okay, so
And now they're all freaking.
Do you think they should have brought the bank for Derrick Henry? Because remember they were going to get him, and he was like, "We don't." He said something controversial, like,
Yeah.
they offered him more money than we were willing to give him."
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of glad they didn't for Derrick Henry because he had a nice playoff run.
shitty.
He played his ass off. Him and Barkley were probably the best 2 running backs, right?
Yeah,
Would you say?
I would.
And-
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. So yeah, that would have just messed up his stats, and he would have been miserable. Then he'd be right now be wanting out of Dallas. So it's good that he didn't sign.
real quick, at Jackson State, he finished 27-6 over 4 years, which is a pretty good record. But then Colorado, they went 6-2 this year.
But the year before he went, the year he went there, they were like How long was he in Colorado? 2 or 3 years?
So 6-2 in the conference.
Yeah, no, 6-2 overall, 4-1 in the Big 12.
No, they play more games than that.
Yeah, they played more games.
Maybe this is early.
Yeah.
Because the first year they were at
Because then
Colorado,
they ended up losing to.
Because they won 9-10 games.
yeah.
I just
But he turned the
turned
program
around Jackson State.
And
That's not the NFL though.
right, yeah.
Like that's a big difference.
But one thing about
Right.
NFL is you don't have to recruit. College, you got to go to recruit. Who wants to go to? I mean, let's be honest. Colorado's not a big football school. Who wants to go there? I mean, Dion, the coach, yeah.
Hey, Colorado's a big party school though.
Well, I'm sure.
Big party school.
Yeah, Boulder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like NFL, you don't got to recruit them. You give them that money, they'll come. So I think it's different. You don't gotta. You're dealing with young 18-year-olds. He can connect with that. Now you're dealing with grown men. Are they going to buy into him? One thing about him, he's played the sport. I feel like he's well respected. He was obviously one of the best. So.
Okay, and then you look at the coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, that guy.
When he came in, what was he, like 30 years old?
And he was like some type of video coordinator or something like that.
What? Really?
Yeah,
And he worked his way up to that. And like NBA is the same way. Me and my dad always talk about that.
He wasn't currently a video coordinator. That's where he started.
Yeah, no, he
Right.
started as video coordinator and
He
made
worked
his way up.
Right. But no, just the fact that he started.
And a lot of these coaches are young. You got the Shanahan, the McVays. You got those. They're all young. The one in Green Bay. They're all young coaches.
LaFleur,
LaFleur. Yeah, and there's players older than these coaches. And I'm sure they probably say, "What do you know? You never even put pads on."
Exactly,
But
and I
they
feel
know
like
the
that could be
scheme, right?
controversial. Like,
Right.
I think of it this way:
So you bring Dion in. Okay, he's played the position. He's played. He knows the game, and he knows.
I think you're
X's and O's.
underestimating pro athletes. Like
I could have went pro, Jose. You know that. Sandy, push the. Never mind.
I think it's easy to say.
That's fucked up.
I think it's easy to say, oh yeah, they might not take him seriously, but like you're getting paid millions of dollars to go under his direction. Like,
right.
No, you're getting paid millions just to play. Like you see NBA all the time. Them
play
dudes,
for him though.
Them dudes. It's all. I think you're getting the paycheck. You could be my coach. Hey, I'm getting paid. Whatever you say, I'll give the effort.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Right.
But are they
I
really?
think it's easy to be like, oh, they're going to undermine him
Are
because
they
he's
really-
only 30 years old.
Are they really
but, like,
bought in? Are they really bought in? That's the. I think
yeah,
you see a lot of that. Like
that's going to be more of the player chemistry and,
Exactly.
and the team rather than like are they going to.
right. But am I gonna listen to like Dion or some guy who used to make scout videos? Who never played the sport.
But again, that's
We're
such a
0-3
long time
0-3.
from his. Like he worked his way up through coaching. Like,
Right, that's true.
The last time they saw him, he was a coach. The year before that, he was a coach. The video stuff was a while back. Like,
Right. I think a lot of them dudes are just like, I'm getting the money. I'm here to play. I want the ball this amount of times. You don't throw me the. You see it all the time.
Oh,
Guys
yeah.
don't get the ball. They're crying about it. Hey,
Yep.
throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. Why? Then they're yelling at the coach. NBA, NFL. You see it all the time.
Remember last year when
Yeah.
Kelsey yelled at.
Coach, right at the beginning of the Super Bowl, he was like,
I
shoved
still
him.
want that poster. I want it. That was such a
Remind
dope
me,
moment.
what was it? Why did he shove him?
It was something happened. And
They
he
were like
thought-
right there by the touchdown.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Pacheco. He fumbled it. And the 49ers got
Oh.
it back. And I guess they were saying like he was like, we're right here. Like throw me the.
Oh,
This
okay.
this is my spot right here to throw me the
Oh,
ball.
okay.
My girl Taylor Swift's in the crowd. Throw me the ball.
She wants to. Yeah, she wants
Yeah.
to catch touchdown. But anyway,
Well, so do we think we'll see Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes anymore after this year?
oh man,
I could see at least Kelsey retiring.
I do too. I think so too.
I think so too. I think Sunday or when do they play?
Sunday.
Sunday night.
Sunday could be his last game if they lose. Right.
Could be his last home game. Let's
Yeah,
put it
that's
that
true,
way.
too.
Last home game.
So I just thought of something else for the young coaches. Did you guys see or like hear about it recently? Apparently, Jaden Daniels, when he after he got drafted, he made them put it into his contract to use VR training as a requirement in his contract. And what he does is he has a VR headset, and he goes through game footage. They said at like 1.5 times speed.
What are you doing, son?
Just rotate it. Rotate the bottom.
Man.
So he watches game film at 1.5 times speed, maybe even quicker, so that he can. That's how he learns plays, learns from plays,
Really?
game footage and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like sure, maybe he was editing the videos, but if you're watching those plays and you're studying defensive reactions to what your quarterbacks are doing in these situations, man,
he's still on the video film.
I'm saying, like,
talked about the
or
coach.
have you seen the McVay? They've got videos where they're like, hey, what play did you run on this play of this game of this year? And he somehow has every play that he's ever coached memorized. He'll say, this guy threw it to this guy at this yard line, and he caught it and went upfield. Like, he has literally every play memorized in his head.
I know, it's crazy.
It's fucking nuts. But what I'm saying is, these people that are younger, it's just, they're learning differently, or they've got different talents. Sure, maybe they've never played in the NFL before, but
yeah.
I think it's more like analytics. Everybody's like basketball. We talked about 3-pointers. Like, they're thinking as we go down and shoot the 3 quicker, we'll get the ball back. We'll get more possessions. You know, faster paced games. Mike D'Antoni, when they had his big, he was like, we should, I don't know what it was, 13 seconds or something. Shoot the ball within 13 seconds of the shot clock. If we do that, a certain amount of possessions, we'll get the ball this many more times, as opposed to under 10. Yeah, you calculate all down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway. All right, let's move on to this next one. Would you wear a woman's last name on your back? Meaning, you know how we wear jerseys, right? Like, you have a jersey on. I don't know if there's a name on the back, but if you were an Indiana Fever fan, Caitlin Clark, would you buy her jersey?
Yes.
Would you wear it?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Is this a controversial topic?
It has been.
If I was going to the game, I don't see why not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a jersey.
Right. But, I mean, there's just some guys who would say, I don't want to wear a woman's name.
Then why are you going to the game?
Exactly.
Right. She's like the best player. I don't see a problem. Or like a soccer game, women's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
They got the new stadium here.
Shit, if you're just supporting a player, like, you can like.
What about older? I've heard somewhere, like, it's weird for, like, myself to wear a Parsons jersey because he's younger than me, but yet I'm the old guy.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's a mental shift when it's like, you're how old?
45.
You're 45, quotation marks, and you're
I'm
buying
sorry,
the
54.
jersey of a 21-year-old. Mentally, that's a little bit weird,
Right?
but like, it's just that.
But like you right now, you're in college.
Yeah.
Whoever's jersey that is younger than
that
you.
Was Zeke.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. Well, there's probably
he actually
another
might
15
be the
now.
same age as me.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Maybe 1 or 2
I thought
years
maybe
younger.
that was like more recent.
No, it's Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. So speaking of football, I have some pictures of you when you used to play football. They popped
Random.
up. Yeah, I know. Right? I put them up there. I think
he was like, "I want to get your jersey made and wear
it." Yeah. Do you guys think that the Dallas Cowboys should keep the America's team name? You guys have a problem with that when you hear the Cowboys are America's team? Is it a problem to you?
I don't have any issue with it.
All right, thanks. Jay?
I don't think anybody wants it.
Nobody wants that because
I don't think it means
because
anything.
I mean, you know, I know people that say that the Chiefs should be America's team now. Because,
sure, but the Patriots should have been it because the Patriots are literally an America-themed mascot. Like, when they were winning, they should have been America's team. Like,
right. And you know, and I never heard the argument. Honestly, I never heard the argument. Well, I guess because we're not in New England.
We're not in Boston.
Right. So
I think it's just people hating on the Cowboys. I don't think anybody wants it, and I
mean,
don't think they really.
It was just a nickname given to them back in the late 70s or whatever it was.
Do they deserve it right now? Probably not.
No, they don't. But there's still America's team, Jose. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I wonder if it says that somewhere in the stadium. I'm sure.
America's team. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm. You know, I wouldn't put it past me if that trademarked the name. I don't know if it's possible.
You just reminded me. We're talking about America's team.
Yes.
I got a gift for you.
What? Is it Christmas?
All I had was Christmas wrapping paper. So.
Oh, okay. You want me to open it on air?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, Jose. My birthday was in November, so I'll take it.
And I had to do it with painter's tape, so I got to get real creative with the wrapping. I think you just lift the top.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to get to use my knife. Jeez.
I know. They got to protect it.
Bubble wrap.
They got to protect it. High value items.
Is that DeMarcus Ware?
That's my signed DeMarcus Ware card. I got it graded, and you can have it.
Well, thank you, nephew.
I don't know anybody that's a bigger Cowboys fan, and
he's won Super Bowls.
He's in the Hall of Fame now.
With the Denver
Broncos.
He's in the Hall of Fame now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he is a Hall of Famer.
So you found that card?
No, I was gifted that card back in the day.
No,
card grade isn't amazing, but the autograph is amazing.
Yeah, that is. Kind of, it'll go next to my Warren Moon.
So whoever gave it to you had it already autographed?
Yeah. I'll tell you about them later. You know them.
Okay.
They travel around and get shit signed.
Oh, yeah. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. He gave it to me for my high school graduation.
That's cool.
I was a Cowboys fan. So just a little while ago, I got it graded, and I was like, you know what? I'll give this to him.
Tell me what that means. What do you mean graded?
You send it to a company. They tell you out of 10 the quality of the card.
Oh, like literally graded.
And
Okay,
the quality
gotcha.
of the autograph on the card.
And so all that information at the top kind of gives you all that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for you to say don't get the signature like authenticated. Like,
No, it is.
like a marker in your pocket or something right now.
Hey, so when I first thought about sending it, of course you're going to Google DeMarcus Ware signatures. It didn't quite match up all the ones that I was seeing, and I was like,
"Oh, really?"
I asked Marcos. I said, "Marcos, there's no way, right? Like, they do this. This is a thing. They go and get these signatures." He's like, "Dude, there's no way it's fake." And I said, "Fuck it. All right, I'm sending it off. Like, they're gonna tell me if this is fake, but I don't think it is." And no, they authenticated it. 8 out of 10 for the quality.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll move on to our next. Do you guys think that sports players get paid way too much?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. To play a kid's game is what they say.
There's, people say, like, first responders,
Yes.
teachers,
Yes.
Right.
Like social worker. Like, why are we paying people millions of dollars to dribble up and down a court?
Yep.
Right.
And then what do? We watch them.
Go to
and we pay the money to go watch. Mm-hmm. But it's like,
hey, pay me some money. Come in my classroom. I'll let you sit there and watch.
And then like one little thing, they want $40 million a year. He's only gonna get 35. Well, I'm not gonna play then. Now he's gonna sit out. It's like ridiculous. Yeah.
All right. Here's the problem with your argument.
Okay.
We're not paying them. A private organization is paying them.
Mm-hmm.
The team owner and the team are the ones paying them.
Okay.
Just like we can sit here and say, hey, maybe you're getting paid too little or too much as a teacher, but only the school district is going to control that.
All right.
At least that one, our taxes go to it, so like we could have an impact. But if somebody wanted to pay you $30 million because you're the best hand engraver that they've ever seen, who are we to say that?
Which I am. Who
are we to say that you're not worth that? If they're getting that back on the investment, and for you to get paid, let's say $1 million, your company has to be making what? 20 times that off of you?
Oh yeah.
You don't like it. Yes, it costs money, but their return is
even better for them.
Yeah,
but like you
they
say,
wouldn't be overspending.
The owner and the team, but how are the owner and the team getting most of their money? From us.
Yeah.
Who pays $75 to park at Arrowhead every Sunday? Jeez. We do. Who pays?
But I don't think that goes into the contract.
I'm saying I'm sure it's going somewhere. Who's paying?
Because that's not
$19 for a beer. Who's
you know
paying,
what I mean?
That's
insane.
That's not guaranteed money. I think at the end of the day, they've got their budget that they're set with, and I mean they're looking to recruit and get higher. But I mean that money's got to be spent regardless. So.
Who's buying the jersey in the stadium for?
Yeah, do jersey sales go to?
A portion of it does.
Portion of it.
But again, like you can go with just a red T-shirt and get that same experience.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's all.
Yeah. It's the people
it's choosing to do it, but at the same time, you're getting a result.
Or if people boycotted sports, we're not going to go watch. Eventually, the money's going to stop coming in so heavy. Like you said, they'll go somewhere else to pay. Exactly, they won't. But
yeah, it'll go to a different sport. At the end of the day, they're the ones dictating how much their effort is worth, and it's up to. I mean, the coaches can choose to not pay that. Like they can say no. They can pull a Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys said no, we're not going to pay you that.
Yeah.
He went away, and then he came back for half of his salary. Like
nothing. Yeah.
The market's going to dictate it, but it's what's the return that you're getting back for it?
Again, I just still think it's way too much money. Like, really?
Oh, it's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Don't get me
wrong. So are they overpaid?
Like,
yes.
Or they always say, like, I'll put my body on the line. And I understand maybe a little more football, concussion, CTE.
I can see the football.
Something like basketball. I understand you got to take care of your legs and your body, but it's like you're not collide. You're not. It's contact. Yes, of course. You're bumping.
Yeah.
You're running. You're falling. You're, ACLs, whatever. But you're not really.
Not like
you're
football.
not putting your life on the line. Football.
Right.
We could bump heads.
The
and
good ones
you know,
are doing a lot though. So I don't know everyone, but recently, I think if I'm remembering it right, Caitlin Clark was saying every day she shoots 100 threes, 100 free throws, 100 like. She's putting in.
Of course.
Way more physical effort than most of us do in a daily job.
If I was making that money, I would shoot 100 free throws.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, no, maybe you're not, like, your life's not in danger, but Lord, you're doing X, Y, and Z just to perform when that camera goes on, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, you got people like, Joel Embiid in the NBA. He's like the worst with injuries, like never plays.
Yeah.
He's always hurt. Eyeball, whatever it is, he's always hurt. Like Shaq and Charles Barkley, they're like, everyone like roast Joel Embiid, and they're like, he can't play back-to-back games in back-to-back nights. And Charles Barkley's like, he's not working on the damn railroad. Like, why is he, those guys are classic to watch. Like, why can't he play? Like, he's not in there, like you say, we had mentioned earlier, 3-pointers. There's no post, really. They're not bumping like they used to.
Yeah.
These guys are literally just running up and down, shooting threes, dunking. As soon as they get off the court, they're all wrapped in ice and all this, which is understandable. But it's like, he said before the season even started, they didn't play one game yet. And he's like, I'm not playing back-to-backs. Like, I'm letting you know right now.
What?
Yeah,
before
load
season even
management's
started.
a hot topic right now.
And
there
they
should
even
be
broke
a
it
minimum
down.
amount for
They even
All-Star games.
The NBA commissioner, like, a couple years ago, they had a lot of back-to-backs, and like LeBron, all these main guys were not playing back-to-backs. Too risky to tear your ACL. So then the commissioner of the NBA, like, he was getting mad. Like, these people are paying tickets to come watch, you guys, and you guys aren't playing on these second nights.
Yeah.
So then he's like, you know what? We'll start the season earlier, and we'll go a week later. So we'll spread these games out. The most games you'll play in like a 7-day period will be like 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
But it won't be continuous. And even now, still, some of these guys are like, I can't play. If we have one night off in between, like, I can't play.
Did they put the minimum for the All-Star?
For now, yeah, if you want like bonus, like awards, like you make the All-Star team, you have to play a certain amount of games now to make that incentive.
And
they
people
did
are
that.
pissed because
people are mad.
money comes with those titles.
Exactly.
But it's like...
So if you make like the first All-NBA team, you have to play, out of 82, I think you have to play 60 games. Which isn't, I don't think that hard.
Not that
60
much.
or 65 games.
But
So you can miss
like,
17. You can miss 17 games, and like some of these guys who really get hurt, like and then other guys are like, I just can't play back to back already. And it's like, so now they're taking money out of their pocket. Well, if you don't make this, if you do make this first NBA team All-Star, we'll give you $5 million extra, 10, whatever it is, extra million. Well, now they're taking money, so now they're like, well, that's not fair. It's not my fault I'm hurt, or I can't play back to back.
So it's
wow.
Yeah.
He just reminded me of something. The one last thing I had for LeBron.
Here we go again.
Over his career,
Yep.
he's consistently played a lot of games throughout the year. I mean, early on, he was definitely in the almost 80 every single year. Now he's more in the high 60s to 70s that he's playing, so probably declined a little bit for it. But LeBron also has played every position for his teams. I think that's something that not many people have done. I'd say maybe Magic has done that, just through different people getting hurt and things like that. But
again, you're looking at size now. They're both the same size. LeBron and Magic, both.
But what
6'9".
I'm telling you, you can't sit here and say he had to build a team around him when he had to jump to play different positions to support teams. I think that's, again, those are the only two people that off the top of my head with limited basketball knowledge, But the ability for a point guard to also play center and power forward, like, that's crazy.
He was very agile.
That's crazy. And the big thing that was news at one point in 2014 was he went on a paleo diet and lost like 15 pounds of muscle over the off season. And he came back and the joke was that he was skinny LeBron. But like even the ability,
couldn't even tell really. I mean,
even the ability to lose 15 pounds of muscle and still be a high performer in your professional sport job.
And at
like,
the age that he is.
It was
2014.
11 years ago.
Okay.
So, but damn, that just other people aren't doing that.
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
Well,
they didn't have paleo diet back when MJ was.
Who knows what kind of diets they did back then?
Cocaine. Cocaine.
There wasn't social media and shit like that. Everybody knows what LeBron's doing now. Like everything you're bringing up. I mean, Jordan. I mean, that shit could have happened with Jordan too, but nobody knows because nobody.
There was no
attention.
paleo. There was something else.
Okay, but you're skipping over the fact of he played all five positions.
The things they do.
We were done with LeBron. He brought
all five positions.
The things they do to their body now compared to like back, Jordan probably just like smoked a cigar after the game and was probably like, I'm good.
Right.
Now LeBron, you see these dudes wrapped up everywhere and laying in these ice baths and these heat beds. And
I would say that's the downside of the size.
Did you see that video? LeBron
Gigantic,
was getting like
people.
this big old it was like a zip up bag. He was like laid in it. And even his wife is like, I don't understand why he does that. She's like, it gives me like coffin vibes. He's like literally laying there. And it's like a blow up. Yeah. He's like on the ground. He just lays in it. And the guy, his trainer zips him up. And he's just in there for like 15 or 20 minutes. And he comes out. Like deflates.
Have you seen it looks like a bra that they're wearing.
Yeah.
Yes. We were just talking about that.
Yeah. And Carlos was telling us.
Yes. It was Carlos. Yeah.
Right?
Apparently it reads their heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks so stupid.
It does. It does. Yeah, because we had Carlos Leveson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we asked him about that. I was like, why do they wear that bra? What's going on? And he goes, oh no, it keeps them.
It regulates their heartbeat or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, let's move on to our next
and one more thing.
Okay, no more Jordan. No more LeBron.
It's a joke.
We're done.
Before we get into our next segment, Chris, could you go ahead and play our ads, please?
A minute and 11 in.
This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto: no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
This episode is sponsored by Goal Fire Protection. With over 26 years of fire sprinkler experience, Goal Fire Protection has built our livelihoods on established relationships and providing quality fire sprinkler systems. From retrofits, remodels, service, repairs, new installation, and inspections, simple to the extreme, we can help you every step of the way. No job is too small or too big for our knowledgeable crews. For your free estimate, call 913-441-3390 or email us at gochoa@goalfireprotection.com.
Play both sides in the NFL?
Yeah.
No, they're paying him too much money
for
him to risk his body on the other side of the
You know
ball.
what? But Dion did it. But no, not in the full game. But
have
Dion
you seen
did
the amount of
for the
snaps
Cowboys.
he plays a game?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Stupid.
It's insane. I mean, they don't even want college kids to. I mean, I'm sorry, high school kids to do that. You know, they wouldn't they wouldn't let Marcos and Will play both sides of the ball, and we could have used them because we did it. Yeah, because we did it. You know, when we were coaching them from 3rd grade to 8th grade, and as soon as they hit high school, you got to stay on the one side.
Travis Hunter is impressive.
Yeah,
but nobody's going to pay him to play both positions.
Right.
Well, if a team's really crummy, they might be like, "Hey, give it a shot. We have nobody else better."
Mm-hmm.
But
or we get our ass kicked.
But what you're paying him to be a wide receiver, the risk is not worth the money.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into this next segment. Manny, what do you think the chances are for the Chiefs to three-peat this year?
Oh, they're there. They're right there. I feel like, but it worries me that we beat Buffalo every time, and I always, some Chiefs fans are like, "Oh, we're gonna beat them again," but in the back of my mind, Josh Allen's good. He's great, and it's like eventually they're gonna beat us at some point. They're gonna win. Josh Allen is gonna win at some point.
Yeah,
they're gonna beat us, but it's just like not this year.
I know.
Let's get the three-peat. You know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like Buffalo's kind of playing with the chip on their shoulder.
Right.
At the beginning, it was like they have no receivers. They lost Stephon Diggs. They lost Gabe Davis.
Right.
They don't have that big superstar like they did before. And Josh Allen's by himself. Well, he's kind of made guys around him, and they're playing hard. I mean, they're good.
You think he'll be the MVP this year, or?
I don't know. I seen a stat like side by side him and Lamar, and it was pretty like Lamar had more yards.
Well, he led in rushing for the Ravens, right?
Rushing yards.
And they had Derrick Henry.
I think Derrick Henry had more yards.
Oh, okay.
But he had more
rushing touchdowns,
maybe rushing touchdowns. It was something like that. But Lamar had him in like every stat: passing yards
on paper,
rushing yards on paper, passing yards. Like just compare the two season, it was like Lamar.
And Lamar won last year, right? Was he MVP last year?
I think so.
I think he was.
He's won twice. I don't know if they were back to back, but he's won twice.
Yeah. So I think it's
MVP should include the playoffs.
It should be included in the playoffs.
Like the playoff.
Whoever
games
wins
should.
Whoever wins should be.
Theoretically, the MVP is supposed to be regular season.
Yeah, and it is. It is, right? That's the way it is.
Yeah,
they should include it.
But that performance in the playoffs can be the tipping point for me to say.
But isn't that almost like saying the team with the best record should automatically be the best team in the league?
No, not necessarily. Because again, those people put up the yards. I'm not saying that. I mean, Mahomes still isn't going to have more touchdowns than either of them. Like,
right. But
if he wins the Super Bowl, it doesn't mean he's on paper better.
But even then, like the Buffalo Bills beating Baltimore last week, Lamar still has, let's just say, 15 more touchdown passes. I still wouldn't say Josh Allen beats him in MVP. Or whatever the difference is. I don't know. It might not be 15, but.
I like the heightened effort when you're moving through the playoffs. I think that shows a little bit more of like your most real intentions and team camaraderie and like working through adversity, because if you lose, you're going home.
Or like Jaden Daniels, then. You can even bring him up now with what he's doing. That's
what I'm thinking. Like, it's just, it gets tough. It gets to crunch time. And if you're not including that, then you're cutting it early, you know?
Well, I mean, that's a good thing about, like, baseball. They give a MVP to, like...
Is that middle of the year?
No, they like each at the end of the playoffs. Like, oh, you're going to the World Series? Like, I think Juan Soto won the AL postseason MVP. They give a MVP during the postseason. Oh, that's something different. NFL should do that, but I don't think they do.
Yep. Which team did you not want to face as a Chiefs fan?
I would have rather seen Baltimore win.
Yeah.
Not then people say, well, just because we beat them the first.
But like you said, the Bills are destined.
I think Josh Allen could go pretty much throw for throw with Mahomes as far as talent, and it's just like even that 13-second game was like, oh, like we got lucky. Like we got lucky. I feel like we barely got by, and like we beat them. They beat us during the regular season, but eventually I feel like Josh Allen's good. They're eventually gonna get us at some point. Yeah, we're not gonna beat him every time.
Right.
But it's like
don't want it to happen this year.
Right. I would rather see Baltimore because I feel like kind of like Buffalo kind of try to make him throw it.
Right.
They have Derrick Henry, but it's try to pack the front. I feel like, but
yeah, no, that's a good point.
I don't know.
I kind of wanted to see Derrick Henry win one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
who
doesn't want to see Lamar win it, or Derrick Henry, or Josh Allen?
Well, I'm seeing like Derrick Henry was just on a shitty team for a while, like career on the slight decline, and then all right, trade me away then, and man, he's running all over people.
Yeah,
kind of like Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
that dude's having a crazy season. He had a crazy season. Just I hate the fact I don't want to talk about him.
That he's a Penn State guy?
Because of the team he's on.
Yeah,
I don't like the Eagles either, though. I think if anybody I don't want to see win, it would be Philly. I think their coach is kind of arrogant. He's kind of a loudmouth too.
Yeah.
I feel like even if
Sirianni.
Yeah, if Buffalo beats us, I won't be like, I hope they lose next. No, if Buffalo plays Philly, I hope Buffalo beats them.
Yeah.
But I hope Washington beats Philly.
Yeah, so do I.
And I hope the Chiefs win. And I feel like the Chiefs would be hopefully have a better time with Philly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a better time with Washington. Them Philly fans, I feel like they'll be like, you got lucky last time because they called that penalty at the end.
Right. And then to this day, they still say that Philly was the better team.
Right. Because statistically the quarterback.
Right. The quarterback and the squad that they had was
right.
It was a really good squad.
But even like on that penalty, you see that dude grab his jersey, like clearly grabbing his jersey on third down. It's like you kind of got to call that.
Yeah. There's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams, professional teams that have done three-peats. The Yankees, the Oakland A's. We're talking way back in the day. The Lakers did it with Kobe and Shaq. You remember? I don't know if you remember that.
That was a little before. I was probably young then.
Oh, yeah. You were a youngster. A lot of NHL teams have done it. The Maple Leafs, the Canadiens from Montreal, the New York Islanders. The Green Bay, this is what's interesting to me. The Green Bay Packers, so when the NFL became the Super Bowl era in 66, the Packers won 66 and 67, right? They beat the Chiefs and then they beat somebody else. Well, in 65, before they went into the NFL, they won that championship.
I think I did see something about that.
Right, so they've done kind of like a three-peat, but it's not really because it wasn't the NFL. You understand what I'm saying? So what was it, the AFL or whatever it was? Boom, they won it that year. Then they won it, and then they just won it 3 times in a row. So on their after winning the second Super Bowl, on their rings, they have 3 diamonds as a three-peat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So they claim it, but
they claim it, but it's not really a three-peat, right? And I thought that was just really cool. They can go off and show everybody, because it was an overlap year. They can show everybody. Yeah, well, we three-peated, somewhat, but yep, it's never been done. So we'll see if the Chiefs can do it. And good luck to them. I think it's going to be a rough road to do, but that's why we get to sit back. We get to sit back and watch.
Do you get to go to the game on Sunday? No.
So I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of the three-peat, are you guys aware of the company Riles and Company? Have you heard of this company?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so Pat Riley owns this company, right? So right now, Pat Riley is the biggest Chiefs fan there is at the moment. Why? Because he owns the trademark three-peat. So
crazy.
Yeah, and right. So he got this trademark in '88 with. So like here it says, Mark Donovan, which is the Chiefs president, was quoted saying, "We're going to have to figure that out and how to use the three-peat if they do three-peat, because they're going to have to pay some money for this." So Pat Riley has made money through the years since 1988 for any team that has three-peated. They have to pay him. So he's made up to $300,000.
If they use the phrase.
If they use the phrase, and people have used it. So like when USC in 05, USC, Pete Carroll was their coach. They won 2 national championships. He started making T-shirts, or somebody started making T-shirts for the we're going to three-peat USC, right? And they were warned about by the company, by Pat Riley's company, about the trademark. So they had to stop the T-shirts, stop whatever. Pat Riley heard this from, and it wasn't a thing until Byron Scott, who played with the Lakers, just started saying three-peat. They're pretty much saying that he came up with this three-peat. Because the Lakers had won 2, and they give.
So then
but they ended up losing. They didn't win.
Oh.
So after they won their second championship, then they started saying, "Yep, we're about to three-peat," and we're like, "What the hell's three-peat mean?" And so that's how that phrase came about. So yeah, he cashed out $300,000 from the Chicago Bulls from in '93, because they won 3 straight: 91, 92, 93, and then they won 96, 97, 98. And they paid Pat Riley to use that three-peat on T-shirts and whatever.
Isn't that crazy? You can trademark anything nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's yours, and then you get paid, right?
Yeah.
That's not nowadays.
Huh?
That's not nowadays, though.
It's always been?
It's 88.
Well, yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also from the Yankees have three-peated. They've from 98 to 2000, 2002.
So that just means
Jimmy Johnson from NASCAR even used it, paid Pat Riley, because he won that five straight titles after he won his 3rd one.
Then he needs to come up with his phrase and trademark it.
Who? What? Winning five straight?
I don't know. 5 straight. I don't know.
No, that's just dumb.
Oh. 3-peat was dumb. Nobody knew what that was.
Well, no, it
now
wasn't
look
dumb.
at it.
I know,
now
well,
look at it.
Right.
So anything can happen.
So if the Chiefs win, are we going to say 4-peat?
Let's call it something else.
Are we going to say they're going for the 4-peat next year?
And don't even use the 3-peat?
If they win this year, are we just going to start saying 4-peat?
Yeah.
And just go, go, go?
Yeah.
And then trademark that.
Right.
Trademark the 4-peat.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you can say it, but you can't sell it.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct. You can't put
so
it on your merch.
So you can't put it on anything.
Right, and use it.
I mean, you can. You just.
I mean, people will. Believe me. We know people that print shirts.
Yeah.
Okay, but so when someone says, "Let's get ready to rumble," that is
that you can't say. You see, you're going to get charged for that. We don't have the money to pay for that. So
no. When you trademark, you've got to pick the industries that you're doing it for.
Okay.
You can choose to do 3-peat in sports memorabilia and stuff or team wears and things like that. But people can say it.
Okay, you can say it because you're not making money off of it. But if you put it on something and you sell it,
right.
then that's when they can stop you, right?
Yeah.
Only in that arena. Like if you named your podcast 3-peat, unless he's made it on podcast or digital
That would
airways,
be dope if there's 3 guys named Pete. Pete,
that's the way to get around it.
Peter. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, there's ways to use it because you have to choose what you're using it for specifically. You can't just have it for anybody saying it, and it can't be general use. Like if it's something that people already say, then you can't just trademark.
You can say it all you want, right? But you just can't.
Well, I'm saying
flash
you couldn't say we'll use "Let's get ready to rumble." Like it's already a known phrase that people say and use for different things. Like you couldn't just be like, "I want to own that now." No, it's got to be something created or specific to a team, a group, or something that you're running. So.
Okay.
But I don't feel like anybody even says that anymore.
I know. I'm just being like Mahomie. I'm sure they trademarked that. But if it was
some Vato and the Barrio owns that.
The homies.
Yeah. But I remember 92, 93, I was looking for the 3-peat. Cowboys fucked up. But then they came back to win it the following year.
Yeah, I would say they win.
And that was the last time. Why do we always keep going back to that?
I was waiting for you to say, you know who 3-peated? Jordan. And you know who didn't 3-peat? I was waiting for you to say that.
Hey, thank you for bringing that up. Oh, no. You woke up with
well, we've talked about that in the past, too. You said that the Cowboys were amazing for going 4 years in a row.
No, not 4 years in a row. They went twice, they lost, and then they went another time. But, that's a good point. So what about Buffalo? Buffalo goes 4 straight years, and they get no credit because they didn't win it. But damn it, they went to the Super Bowl 4 straight years. Is that an accomplishment?
You're arguing my point.
Okay, well, you said the Cowboys. No, we're talking Buffalo.
But
it's
this
funny
is coming back to LeBron going to the fucking finals.
Today on TV, Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith were saying what was more impressive: Mahomes 7 straight AFC championship games,
or Jim Kelly,
or LeBron 8 straight finals.
Oh, really?
LeBron went to 8 straight finals in 2000, whatever. And Mahomes.
I got it.
This is 7 straight Mahomes AFC championship.
Right.
Game.
Yeah.
And Shannon Sharp's like, he's a big LeBron fan. He's a big both fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, clearly LeBron, like going back to the finals year after year. And then Stephen A. looks at me like, I like how you say that with a straight face. And he's like, there's no Mahomes did it with the kind of like you said. Mahomes did it with the same guys. LeBron been bouncing. He was bouncing and bouncing. Yeah. Mahomes got the same coach, the same tight end, the same core guys, his line, whatever it is. So
interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, moving on.
So don't give the Bills credit if you're not going to give LeBron credit.
No, I mean I'm not. I can't give him credit. I mean, what?
Don't give the Cowboys credit for going if they didn't win it.
I mean, you got to get. They did win it.
I know, but I'm saying if they make it to the Super Bowl and don't win,
right?
They don't get credit for going.
Yeah, I've never seen the Cowboys lose a Super Bowl.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying. In my time, I watched them, and they won. I've never seen my team lose a Super Bowl. You ever seen the Chiefs lose
Yeah, they lost to Brady that one year. I seen LeBron lose plenty of finals. Thanks for bringing that up. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
You know what? But Pat Riley, he was looking forward to making more money with the Las Vegas Aces, which is the WNBA, and they ended up losing. Right? Oh, I don't even know if. Yeah, the New York Liberty won it. So that.
Oh, they were supposed to three-peat.
Yeah, they were going, and then I guess UConn, men's UConn, they won the last 2 championships.
Oh, they did.
Right? So they're looking to three-peat this year. So
they went back to back, yeah.
Yeah, so Pat Riley was looking forward to that. So he was looking forward. Oh, he's still looking forward to that, and looking forward to the Chiefs to do their thing.
Their coach is going viral for like going off on refs. Did you see?
No, I didn't see that.
Day. Early in the year, he got
UConn.
Yeah, UConn men's. He flipped out the beginning of the year and was like, I think they had like Maui Classic.
That tournament.
Yeah, and I think they lost like 2 straight, and he was like, "This is the worst. Like, we're never like any team I coach is not gonna do a tournament like this. Ever.
Really?
Like, the turnaround's too quick. We traveled half across the country. Like we're on no rest. He's like, we're done. Like we're not. Like he was hot. He was mad. And then like the other day he was coaching, and he was yelling at the ref, and the ref kind of like turned his back because he was going off. And like they quoted him, his mouth, he said something like, "I'm the best coach in college basketball. You don't turn your back on me."
Oh my God.
And that was the lip read that they said he said. He was like, I'm the best coach in college basketball. You don't turn your back on me.
Dang.
So they were making a big like, who does this guy think he is? Like he hasn't been.
Who does he think he is? The best coach in basketball?
Right. Yeah. He's not Bill Self. What?
Right.
Bill Self. That's funny.
What are you shaking your head about?
He had to get out of town before they incriminated him.
Who, Bill Self?
Yeah. If NILs didn't come around, Bill Self was getting charged.
How far back are we talking?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Talking
remember.
Zion Williamson?
Yeah, I'm talking right before
That's everybody.
went.
Everybody pays everybody, even before that.
Okay, but they had all of those
Wiretaps
Adidas
and
teams
stuff like that.
with wiretaps and
of
the, like they were about to charge him.
But even then, it's like if KU was going to pay Zion $25,000 to come to Kansas, and you think he really said, "I'll go to Duke for free instead"?
Yeah,
Like,
he got
that's the
money
thing.
somewhere.
Like, yeah, KU was going to offer him X amount to go
All
play.
I'm saying is they got Bill Self and his activities recorded.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's for another day. Yeah. All right. Before we end this episode, I want to talk about. See if you guys agree or disagree with me here. The top. We'll just go top 10.
Are we doing sports still?
Yeah, we're still in sports. Okay. Let's go. The top 10. This is IMDb's top 10 sports movies. Okay, and we're all familiar with this. Oh, wait, you know what? Shit, we're gonna. Oh man, now we got to do all 20. We'll do them quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some good. There's some other good movies in there. Let me see. Okay, the number 20. They have IMDb says The Karate Kid is number 20.
That's a sport.
Karate?
Karate's a sport,
The
right?
original?
I guess.
The original, yeah, with Mr. Miyagi and.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's see the rest of the list. That's something different.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Something different.
A League
Not
of Their,
what I was thinking.
Okay, at number 19, they have A League of Their Own, the women's baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was during World War II.
Okay. And we're talking about the top. Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're going back from 20 to number 1. Number 18, Friday Night Lights, the football movie.
There's probably several of those.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Number 17, they have Miracle, the Miracle on Ice.
Oh, the hockey.
Yep, the hockey. Yeah, that was pretty freaking dope. I don't remember this one. Breaking Away.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's the Italian cycle team. Okay. Yeah. The bikes. We don't need them in there. Glory Road.
Is that a football?
Dan Haskins. Yeah, led
Glory
the first
Hole?
all-black starting line. Not Glory Hole. College basketball team in the NCAA championship in 1966.
Never heard of it.
Invictus. Nelson Mandela. First president of South
that the
Africa.
rugby one?
Yeah, the rugby team on a mission to win the 95.
I never seen that, but I seen the
Oh, yeah, I never saw it either.
clips of that.
Seabiscuit, horse racing.
If Air Bud is on that list, just rip that paper in half. You better not say
It's
Air
probably
Bud,
on
Air Bud, number 3. Then just rip that paper.
Okay.
Airbud 3-peat.
At number 12, Remember the Titans.
That's kind of low. I feel
For
like
number- yeah.
that should be higher.
Yeah, you would think, right? How about Rudy at number 11?
I feel like that's low.
That should
that's
be,
low
yeah.
too.
Dang, so okay, so this is gonna get better then. The Natural.
Never heard
I
of
never
it.
heard of
Oh,
that.
really? A middle-aged unknown comes seemingly out of nowhere to become a legendary baseball player with almost supernatural talent. The Natural, 1984, Robert Redford. All right, The Blind Side at number 9.
Better than Remember the Titans.
I know,
All
right?
right.
IMDb did. Bull Durham, another baseball movie, another baseball classic.
That was a silly one.
No, not Bull Durham.
No, that's not it.
No. Number 7, Cinderella Man. It's a boxing movie. True story.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of it, but I
A
haven't
washed-up boxer who returned to the spotlight to win the heavyweight championship of the world. James J. Braddock. Another boxing, The Fighter. Got Batman in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that was
a pretty good one with
Christian Bale.
And
I didn't
what's his
realize
name?
Mark Wahlberg was
Wahlberg.
in it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think
He was
I've
the
seen it.
fighter. What do you mean?
Oh, he was. Oh, well, then what was Christian Bale?
He was his
the coach.
the crack brother.
That's right. Yeah, the crackhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. $1 Million Baby. Another
Somebody's
boxing.
phone is ringing.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, how'd you hear that?
Yes, it was ringing.
It was ringing anyway. All right, here we go. Drum roll.
$1 Million Baby was 2.
No, $1 Million Baby was number 5. All right, so number 4, Raging Bull. Another old boxing movie, 1980, Robert De Niro. All right, number 3, Field of Dreams.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Was that a silly movie?
No.
No, that was
No, that was. Remember when we went to
We
Iowa?
went. Yeah, that's the
You
one I was
build
thinking
it, they
of.
will come.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
ever been there?
yeah.
You ever seen it in
Nuh-uh.
real life? Oh man, it's freaking awesome. Pretty cool. Number 2, Rocky.
Okay, I was wondering when that was going to pop in.
You seen them all?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's a shitload of them.
I seen the most recent one. It was like 2012 when he was all like old.
Yeah, it's going to start blending into like what was it when he was in the war? I can't remember that movie.
Oh, Rambo.
Rambo, yeah. It's going. Anyway, the number
Number
one
one?
movie, The Hoosiers.
I'm a little disappointed with
I know,
this
this-
list.
this-
Okay, so what's
sucks.
missing?
There we
What's-
go.
That was just horrible. IMDb just that
Okay,
was
so
horrible.
what other ones are you thinking that are missing?
I can't think. of it.
I'd like to Remember the Titans. I would say
That should have been up.
that was probably should have been
top-
higher. Coach Carter.
Oh,
The
yeah.
basketball movie.
That's, yeah.
What about that other Mark Wahlberg where he played on the Jets?
Oh yeah, yeah, but no.
Where
He
like,
played
walked on.
Philadelphia.
Was it the Eagles?
Yeah, I didn't like that movie.
He like walked on to the...
Yeah, he walked on.
Wait, you know what sports one is coming to my mind?
Nope.
The one where they were in jail and they had the football
Longest
team.
Yard.
Yeah.
Longest Yard.
That
Oh, see, that's a good. That was a
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah.
That's classic. Either the old one and the new one.
Yeah.
The
Bend them
Burt
like
Reynolds and
Beckham.
Adam Sandler.
Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I should have got the top 500 movies. Got through that list. Rearrange some stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Anyway, all right, Manuel. Thank you for being with us, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. This was fun. It would have been dope if your dad would come in.
I tried to get him. I told him.
Yeah.
Hey, we would have had 3 on 2.
Yeah, really. He would have said Jordan this, Jordan that.
Yeah.
I would have said get this guy off the mic.
Yeah. Then your mom would have to come in here and break it up.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stop arguing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But, all right, guys. Well, yeah, again, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
We're
We're good?
good.
Chris, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Mockcast until episode 131. Yeah, this was 130 until episode 131. Yep, it's going to be a special one. Adios, people.
Tune in.